Meet the neighbors. For all down our street, it's the neighbors you'll meet. And whether Krank's right or he's wrong, can't we all just get along?
The cast came together very quickly, actually. I think
Action!
Joe knew Tim Allen from working with him on the Santa Claus films.
It would be difficult to sell me on Christmas movies. I do a lot of these.
I'm sorry you got to work on Christmas Eve.
Santa always has to work on Christmas Eve.
Oh, don't I know? Wink. And so this had to be particularly interesting to me.
Audiences relate to him. They feel comfortable with him at this particular time of year.
Tim has become in America kind of the Disney-esque everyman, and he lets us in a very, very funny, kind of outrageous way.
Funny.
And just one of those guys that makes you just laugh out loud.
I'm acting. I'll pause less. We're not doing Christmas this year. I don't need a tree. Thank you very much.
Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis were the only choices for the role.
We know exactly how to be funny with each other.
Quiet.
Why are you whispering, Luther? This is our house.
I'm whispering for the same reason you're hiding behind that curtain. Huh? I love her sense of humor. I love how she looks. Jamie Lee is easy to be around.
Dan Aykroyd plays my favorite character in the movie, Vic Frohmeyer.
Dan Aykroyd and I have known each other for a long time about hot rods and bikes.
Well, we both have the flat top hairstyle.
I would say as much as there's a villain in the piece, I guess I'm him, and I love playing bad guys. Hey! Walt Scheel, who's played by Emmett Walsh, who's one of the great veteran American actors.
Emmett Walsh is just a riot. He is something else.
Dave's not here.
Cheech Marin is one of the funniest guys in America who I've been a fan of since Cheech and Chong days.
I think they cast us for our heights. Jake is 6'3" or 6'4", and I'm 5'7".
Buenas noches.
I was good friends with his dad, Gary, and so I watched Jake grow up.
I've known him since I was 7, so it's like having an uncle on the set, the fun uncle.
Don't let this bother you, Jake. It's my process, Jake. Screaming when the other actors are ready to do their...
Joe put together this cast of comedians in most of the parts because he trusts their instincts.
They're like weapons of death.
They don't really have to get up to speed. They know they've got their moment, they're gonna steal that moment.
Yes, he does.
I think it just helps makes the movie funnier.
You know, doesn't help when you guys laugh.
Because I knew the fun quotient would be pretty high.
Cut to him.
The stuff that goes on between takes is sometimes funnier than in a movie.
Now I can tell that he's been doing stand-up comedy for quite a few years.
The main challenge we've had is not to crack up at Tim's, jokes and his faces.
I'll take the light and you take the rest of it.
I just have to look away.
Cranking up Christmas. Now Blair's coming home, so there's no reason to go. And the daughter they miss is expecting the bliss of a cranked-up traditional family Christmas.
Mom, Dad, I changed my mind and I'm coming home for Christmas.
What? I have to make some adjustments because my daughter is now coming home on Christmas Eve, not being away like we thought.
They kind of just have to put aside the idea of skipping Christmas and just throw this whole party.
She should have called sooner.
And she's bringing her boyfriend home to see Christmas with the Kranks.
And so now they have about 6 or 7 hours to put a party together.
How long is it going to take you to put up Frosty?
3 days.
Great. When you finish putting up Frosty, I want you to call all the neighbors and invite them to the party.
What party?
And that's when all hell breaks loose.
I'm in a panic because my daughter's coming home, so I borrow one of my other neighbors' trees.
He was asked to help Mr. Crank borrow their neighbor's Christmas tree. Is this against the law?
Of course not. Let's take the real delicate ones and put them on the sofa. Why?
Nothing valuable.
What's it say on there?
Baby's first Christmas.
Perfect.
I have to say that Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis are two of the most game actors when it comes to doing stunts. Tim goes through all sorts of abuse on this movie.
I don't think it's a real good idea to drink a Coca-Cola and have french fries.
Please don't do that.
Yeah. What they've asked me to do in this movie is climb on roofs, fall off roofs, bend falling down. So I'm putting a big Frosty the Snowman on my roof. Did not go so well. Maybe Joe wants to get up here and try one a little faster. Hey, Bruce.
Tim falls off a roof and gets hung upside down by his foot.
Luther, you okay? Swell, Vic. Thanks, and you?
What else do we do to poor Tim? Well, we've dumped a gigantic amount of water on him. Many times.
You know why I don't want one of your stupid umbrellas? Because I couldn't get any wetter!
I got wet for 2 entire days, late at night.
That's about as wet as you can get.
I love physical comedy. I don't know if I like environmental comedy.
But I could be wrong.
Well, you're so wet anyway. What the hell? Right? He's pretty much humiliated throughout the movie, you know, but he seemed like the right guy for the job.
Hey, Don seat's all wet. How'd that happen?
But there's some really big, funny moments because of that.
What are you gonna do with those clippers, guys?
Got him?
Huh?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Action, Jamie.
We're having a party. I'm getting the ham.
The ham is mine!
That's a winner. Okay, we go.
Jamie Lee gets launched in a shopping cart through the aisle of a grocery store.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's amazing that you have actors in this, this day and age who really enjoy doing that.